turn your attention to the book of Ephesians, chapter 3. And we're going to kind of move around a little bit because we're still talking about us and our identity. Knowing that we are the chosen. And we're not just chosen, but we have been predestined to follow and walk in His truth. It is very important, and it is very, very, very important, and it is very crucial to us as a people that we understand our life.
That's right.
That we understand the makeup of who we are, how did we get here, and above all, what is our purpose once we find out who we are.
That's right.
It is not our commission or our assignment to go and exact punishment upon those that have erred or have done us wrong in any form, shape, or fashion, contrary to popular belief. But on tonight, we're going to find out some wonderful, exciting things about our lives and about the one that we serve, the Most High, in His Son, Yahushua, our Mashiach, in the center of our spirit. Once again, I want you to turn your Bibles to Ephesians chapter 3. And then we're going to look at chapter 2 again. As I was studying on today, just looking at some of the things and just going back, looking again at what we have come through as we talked extensively about the middle wall of partition, as we talked knowing that the middle wall of partition was not the Torah, as many have been erroneously taught to believe that the set-apart scriptures which we have come to know in this dispensation as the law was against us. But it was not the Torah, but it was what was enmity, death, and sin. That was what the middle wall of partition was. And so it was done away with through the flesh of the Mashiach, Yahushua. And so it is important that we get this embedded and get it in our spirits as well as Yahushua. Okay. Yahushua in our minds and in our hearts, so that we don't find ourselves straying from the truth. And it is so. And it is so. It is very important that we understand that He is our Mashiach. And it is important that we understand everything that we can about Him that has been presented to us. You can't know something that is not made available. So we can't be held accountable for what is not made available. But for what is made available, we will be held accountable if we do not study and seek the Most High to know how we are to govern our lives through Yahushua, our Mashiach.
That's right.
So it is important that we understand these things. And it is so. All right, chapter 3. We're going to start at chapter 3. Chapter 3 has about 21 verses, I believe 19 verses, or 17 verses. And we're going to read all of them, and then we're going to jump back into chapter 2. It is important that we look at these because it's important that we find ourselves understanding the language of Yahushua. That we understand the language of Yahushua through His apostle, which we know as Apostle Shaul, also known as Paul. It is important that we understand his language and understand the culture, the time, and who is being spoken to at that time. If we were to drop into a meeting and there were nothing but Chinese or Koreans that were there, if there were certain things that were spoken, then we would know by certain words and certain details that were spoken that he's talking to the people that are native and that are there. Are we understanding?
Yes.
He's speaking to those that are a part of the meeting or whatever the gathering is, whoever the person may be or she may be. It is the same thing with this, that we understand that we don't change the line of conversation or who is being spoken to, because that is what has caused so many to error, and that has caused so much confusion. And the reason it has caused confusion, it is because it is almost like you're talking to one person and then the conversation switches. Well, it didn't switch, and what happened was we were made to believe that the people he was once talking to just dropped out of the scene and they were no longer being spoken to. That is contrary to the truth. It's important we understand that. All right. Now, what is important with this is that we must understand our identity. We are in a time of recovery, restoration, and revival. Understanding there are certain things, in order for us to really get to the meat of who we are, we got to go through some milk. And let me tell you something, this milk is thick and it's very, very rich. And this milk coats our stomach to prepare us for the meat, because some of us think we're ready for the meat, but we have not even gone to the milk of the word yet, which is thick and rich for us. And it is so. All right, starting with chapter 3, Ephesians. And we're going to read verse 1. And we're going to kind of, like I said, we're going to kind of move around. Starting at verse 1, we're going to read from verse 1 all the way to verse 12, and then we're going to skip a couple of verses. Not that any of them are irrelevant, but where I need to get us to, I need to deal with these verses. For this cause I, Rabbi Paulus, Shaul, the prisoner of Yahusha, the Hamashiach for you Gentiles. If you have heard of the administration of the favor of Yahuwah, which is given me to you. Two things I want us to look at. For this cause I, Rabbi Paulus, the prisoner of Yahusha, the Mashiach, for you Gentiles. If you have heard of the administration of the favor of Yahuwah, which is given me to you. All right? Verse 3, we go on, we continue to read. We'll go all the way to 12. How that by revelation he made known to me the mystery, as I wrote afore in few words. Now I want to say something real quick. Let me read this and I want to show you something. This that's in parentheses is what Rabbi Shaul is saying. In other words, it is to flesh out his full thought. For verse 3 says, without what he said, how that by revelation he made known to me the mystery, whereby when you read, you may understand my knowledge and the mystery of, wait a minute, that's not it. Verse 5, verse 5. If you have heard of the administration of the favor of Yahuwah, which is given me to you, how that by revelation he made known to me the mystery. Drop down to verse 5, which in other ages was not made known to the sons of men, as it is now revealed to his set-apart apostles and prophets by the Ruach HaKodesh, set-apart spirit. Now when we go back up to verse 3, we see what he has to say as a fill-in to bring us up to speed, to understand he is talking to a group of people that he has already been speaking to. The conversation has not changed. He's still speaking with the same people that he was speaking to in chapter 2. He says this in parentheses. He says in verse 3, as we go back to verse 3, how that by revelation he made known to me the mystery, as I wrote afore in few words, whereby, still in parentheses, when you read, you may understand my knowledge in the mystery of Mashiach. Are we understanding? Yeah. That is his thought to them. That is what he is specifically saying to them. Now, once again, if you remove what he said personally and put verse 2, verse 3 and verse 5 together, we're going to read it again. How that by revelation he made known to me the mystery, verse 5, which in other ages was not made known to the sons of men, as it is now revealed to the sons of men, or is revealed to his set-apart apostles and prophets by the Ruach HaKodesh, set-apart spirit. Then he said, as I wrote afar in few words, whereby when you read, you may understand my knowledge in the mystery of Yahusha. He is talking to a people that he has already revealed the mystery of Yahusha, our Mashiach, to. Are we understanding? Yes. He is speaking to that same people. His conversation and his audience has not changed. Now we move on to verse 6.
Join Senior Prophetess Sabrina Brown and the NYK family at 4027 Baldwin Road, Columbia, South Carolina, 29204.